Well, hi there. I'm Pam Hearn with PamHearn.com, and welcome to my porch, or in other words, Porch Time with Pam. I'm so glad you're here because this is my favorite place of our house. I got to tell you, I'm sitting out here today. There's a few clouds in the sky. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. You're going to probably hear them on this videotape. But this really is my favorite place, especially early in the morning. It's my favorite. So I wanted to come on today and talk about my word for 2021. I know about half the year's already gone, but every year I ask the Lord for a word. And so a couple years ago, he gave me a phrase. It was for such a time as this from the book of Esther. Oh, I can't wait to share that lesson with you. And most of the time it's just a word. So this year, the word was impact. The year before that, it was messy. Wow. Okay, when you go through a messy year, you make impact. It makes an impact on you, and then you begin to understand it's really about making impact. So that has been my word for 2021. So here's a definition of a very small word. The action of one object coming forcibly into contact with another. Woo! Think like a collision or a crash. That doesn't sound very appealing to me. How about on the verb form, come into a forcible contact with another object? How about this one? Have a strong effect on someone or something. That means to affect someone, to have influence, have an effect, have an influence, or exert influence. I don't like to exert influence because I don't want anyone to ever think I'm trying to control them. The one that stands out to me and most represents the word impact for me in 2021 is have a strong effect on someone or something. And so when we're working on things like that and we think, do I matter? Does what I do matter? Am I making a difference in the world? Those are questions that when you get 60, you really do ask. But here are some, I wanted to pull some very practical things, whether you're an employee, you're a business person, you're a mom, you're a nana, you're a wife. You make impact in every sphere of your influence, no matter where you are in life. Promise you do, whether you think you do or not. People are looking at you. People are listening to you because it matters what you say. It matters what you think, especially in close relationships. So here are some 10 ways to make an impact, okay? Initiate new ideas. Take the time to be proactive and originate new concepts. Don't be afraid to try new things is all that really means. Whether, again, it's in business, personal life, it just doesn't matter. Don't be afraid to try new things. Update others as you progress. For me, I tend to set goals on my health, on my well-being, financially, business. We set goals, set visions and goals every year. So, but letting somebody know and helping them be accountable. For instance, my husband and I let each other know about our visions and things we want to accomplish, and then we hold each other accountable. I also have a business coach that definitely holds me accountable, and I'm thankful for her every day. I have a personal health coach. I answer to her. Even though I am a coach myself, for my personal growth, I have a health coach, and I keep her updated on my progress. Every Monday, she gets my weight. Every Monday, she gets my progress for that week and my goals for the week upcoming. Be positive. You just can be positive. That doesn't take anything special, no skill set, no degree. You can be positive. It can be challenging to have a great attitude all the time and be consistent with it. But the more consistent you can be with being positive, you're much more attractional. You're more fun to be with. I mean, come on. That can be have impact. And here's another one I love. Don't be afraid to show your passion. If you love your grandkids, put it all over social media if you want to. Let everybody know. If you love your husband like I do, guys, I don't just like my husband. He is my favorite person in the whole world. My favorite adult person. My grandson and my granddaughter are my great favorite little people. But as an adult, I like him. His opinion matters. I want to, I share my passions with him. I share things I get excited about. And then I love when he turns around because I can get very passionate and I'm an idea creator. But he's really good at taking that and going, okay, honey, I heard you. Now here, let's look at some different perspectives on that. And he always improves my ideas. So I love the fact that I can share my passions, but I get that lovely accountability from him. Here's another way to make impact. Let others count on you. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Always under promise and over deliver. I am someone that I am not a big shopper. I know that shocks y'all. I have things that I love and I have places I love to shop. And one of the main reasons I do that is because I pick places that under promise and over deliver. I'm going to have a video coming out pretty soon, so look for it in different areas of social media, where I order my makeup from Debbie at Nordstrom's in Washington State. Why, Pam? There's Nordstrom's here, because she gives me absolutely the greatest customer service I've ever had when it comes to makeup. Here's the truth. I pay the same price. I don't pay for shipping. However, she gives me all kind of extra goodies. She gives me great advice. She lets me know when there's a product she thinks, hey, I know we've been using this, but this is new and improved, or this is something that's changed that I think is a better fit for you. She knows my skin. She knows how to help me take the best care of it. So she definitely under promises and she always over delivers. That's just one example. I can name 10 places that I shop like that. You need to pay attention. Another way to make impact, pay attention to what others say. That requires you to be a good listener. It shows you're truly interested in what's being said. Honestly, this is one I have to work on consistently. Ask my husband. He can do a whole YouTube on just that alone. I'm a better listener than I was, but I'm not content where I'm at. I'm going to become an awesome, world-class listener. That is my goal, and I'm stating that out loud. Here's another thing you can do. You can speak up. Share what you believe. In a world where we're in cancel culture and blah, 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 you know what? I try to be unoffendable, and I try to be very compassionate, so I'm not offensive. But others may not always agree with what you're speaking, but what I love about it is it's okay to disagree with me. It's not okay to be disagreeable, but I love the idea that we can talk about different things and I can learn from them. I've said before, do your own research, but I'm always open to listen to ideas. So don't be afraid to speak up. Your ideas matter. They may be coming from way down deep in you and the DNA that God put in you, so don't be afraid to speak up. Here's another one. Go the extra mile. Take the initiative. You don't have to wait on someone to ask you to do something. You can take the initiative. You can pick up trash in a park. You can rake leaves for your neighbor. You can buy the person in front of you Starbucks if you want to. Whatever. Take the initiative. You don't have to be asked all the time. If it's in your heart to do it, on your mind to do it, take the initiative and just go ahead and do it. Learn to be a giver and not a taker. Oh my goodness. If you haven't read the Go Giver series, fantastic group of books. It's about putting others before yourself. And what I will tell you about being a giver and not a taker is that there are blessings that are priceless that are on the other side of that. It is a lifestyle. I highly recommend that you develop it. Be a leader is another way that you can make impact in the world. But let me tell you, you learn to be a leader by serving others. It's not about being in the front. It's about serving others from the back. But when you do that, what happens is that you naturally go to the front and lead because you're serving others, and it just makes a difference in your life. Again, that go-giver lifestyle. Build relationships. Oh, what an impact building true relationships can be. That means taking the time to get to know someone. In our quick gratification, instant gratification world that we live in, we think sometimes we're building relationships on Facebook because we like or comment occasionally on somebody's. That makes a connection, or that makes a small connection with someone. But is it really building a relationship? I think when we take them to Facebook Messenger or get to know that person or find out what's going on in their life. For instance, one of the reasons I look at Facebook is that I'm looking for people to pray for. And so I will find out someone's having a surgery or something like that. I put that on my calendar and then follow through, pray for them and follow through and check on them. Or if I see a devotion and I know something's going on in someone's life, I love to send them, hey, I know you're walking through this in this season of your life, and maybe this devotion will make an impact on you today because I just think it's kind of where you are. Maybe it will encourage you, or maybe it'll give you some direction and wisdom. I love to do that. So That's more on the building relationship side and just instead of an instant gratification hit or miss. Take a few minutes, slow down to speed up, slow down to get to know people, and then your relationships can really take you far. Think ahead. Stay a step ahead and get in the habit of looking for solutions. Be a solution finder. Don't be a fault finder. Don't be a problem finder. Be a solutions finder. Makes all the difference in your mindset. Makes all the difference in your day. You talk about making an impact. When you find solutions for someone, wow, it's a game changer. Well, I've given you some steps that you can do to make an impact. And what I like to see that as is I'm building my tool belt of how to be a more whole person, how to be a more impactful person, how to make impact in this world. So here are a couple of things in my tool belt right now. So my tools today look like fighting for those who have no voice. You'll come to know down the road that I am a big supporter of Bochi's Box. That is an organization that does a wonderful, beautiful beauty, skincare, self-care, awesomeness box. And all of the proceeds go to help with people escaping sex trafficking. They actually own a home where people come in. They have their system where they come in and they actually do some of the box themselves, like the candles that I get, they make there. So they're learning skills that maybe they didn't get to learn because of the circumstances of their life. And then they help pack the boxes. They do all this wonderful things. And then they actually have a house where people can come and heal and grow and learn the skill sets so they can stand on their own and not have to go back to a profession that abuses them and traffics them. So it's a way out for them. Talk about one little box makes a big impact. So I love being a part of that. I lay down unforgiveness and resentment. I don't have space in my life for that. I just don't. I know the Bible tells us to forgive, but you need to forgive because it will change your life. Not that it'll change the other person's necessarily, but if you learn to forgive, you really don't have space for resentment because you just don't carry it around in your bucket anymore. Loving people without allowing drama and chaos into my life. That's one of my tools in my tool belt. You can love people, but you don't have to dance with their chaos. Seeing injustice and calling it out for what it is. Not in words alone, but in deeds also. Bochi's Box is a little bitty small thing that I do. We contribute to certain ministries that are making an impact locally within our community. Some with teenage young men and women, and some with children in our community. We do that because we know they're making an impact and there are injustices and things that we can go in and thankfully our finances help with those situations that we partner with these ministries. Helping others achieve their goals and dreams. That's a biggie for me. I'll just tell you. I love to hear people's dreams. That's where that listing is going to get better. And I love helping them map out how to do it. Whether it is to change their wardrobe. That could be, I don't know how to dress. Okay, let's work on it. Let me give you some thoughts and ideas. This is how I learned how to do it. Okay, I want to leave my full-time job, Pam. Okay, let's map it out. Let's figure it out. Approximately, what do we want to do? How much does it take? And map it out. But first, I have to help people so many times expose their dreams. Because if you're like me, when I was working a 9-to-5 job, I didn't have time to dream. I just went to work, came home, fed everybody, crashed that night. But when I can slow down, take the time to read, spend the time, choose to do that. That means turning off the TV. That means not Netflix binging. That means taking the time, because reading to me and growing as a person, I think makes me a better wife and mother and Nana, and it helps me to thrive at any age that I am. But what I want to encourage you is to find the tools. Think about yourself. Find the tools that you have. Build your own toolbox. And then helping other people find theirs. So I love to expose tools that others have. Like I can see, and other people like, sometimes you'll have a conversation with someone and they're like, I'm not good at anything. I'm like, wait a minute. You're great at organizing. Oh my goodness. I think you do a beautiful job with this or that. Girl, I love the way you dress. You put an outfit together better than I've ever seen. But sometimes people need to be have it exposed to them what you see that they're so good at. Be a person that looks for those things and goes, girl, I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, but you are phenomenal at encouraging other people. My goodness, you are such a great mom and wife. I see the things you do that no one ever says anything about, but I see you, and I see you thriving and succeeding in that area. Hey, come on, homeschooling moms right now, they need all the kudos we can give them. So what I want you to do is to find ways to help people make an impact in their circle. Because all of our circles are different, and that's the cool thing about God. He made every single one of us unique and every single one of us different. So while I'm looking for my unique tools to make an impact, I would love for you to look for your own tools as well. Here's a couple of things I wanted to give to you as ideas. Here's a book that I love. It's called Chasing Better, Awakening the Person You've Always Longed to Be. It's a quick read. It's also on Audible. All my books are on Audible. I love to read, but I also love Audible because I can be reading a book and then listen to it again on Audible. Again, here I am, because I actually was working on this. I write all over it, as it makes impact on me. So this is just a really great book. But what I love about it is that at the end of it, not quite at the end of it, but he talks about things he wants to accomplish, and he gives his personal list of things that he wants to make, how he wants to make an impact, and things he wants to accomplish. And one of the things that he wrote down that it just totally resonated with me. I want to write $1 million check. And I didn't even know what that meant when I first wrote it. Now I do. I want to be $1 million giver. And so I want to be able to write one check. Now, my husband and I are tremendous givers because we know the blessings of being the giver. And I'm sure over the lifetime of our marriage, we've given way more than that in increments. But I want the Lord to show me who it's supposed to go to, and then have the resources to write that check to one particular entity. I have no idea who it's going to be, but I have no doubt God's going to help me make the money, and I have no doubt that God's going to show me who it's supposed to go to. And it's going to be one entity. I know that for a fact. But this guy challenged me to dream again. This guy challenged me to look at my visions, and they were too small, and they weren't very well thought out. And so this book helped me with that. Again, not a very fast read. Not a very, very slow read. It's a very quick read, but it's really, really, really a good book. It's very practical. It's very practical. I personally know this guy. He's a great guy. Former pastor, just an amazing gentleman. So I just hope that I have made an impact on your day-to-day in a positive way, and I hope that you take some of these steps that I've given you and maybe pick up the book and read it or listen to it on Audible. I will link everything down in our comments so that it'll be easy for you to get your hands on. You don't have to remember the name of everything. But that is a really good book. So for now, I want to say have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time on the porch. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the bell button to get notifications. As always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Of course, I would love for you to follow me on social media. Until next time, see you on the porch.